This video is brought to you by Squarespace. Welcome back, everyone. It's Friday. That means mail time. It's time to look at some work submitted by viewers like you. So without further ado, let's get going. Okay, first up, we have this book called Peak. This comes to us from the Netherlands, from a photographer who I've known for a while. He is the man. This is from Bastian. Comes with a card that reads, "Hi Ted, here we go again with a new book. This time I have traveled through the mountains of Nepal to capture the landscapes and proud Nepalese people. Hope you will enjoy the new project. Looking forward to seeing the artist series, Bastian." So a couple things that I want to say about Bastian, because I think he is an incredible photographer. But Bastian I've known for a couple years now. He actually, well, the way we met, he sent me a book that, like, when I first started doing mail. In fact, I'm not even really sure I was doing mail videos at that point, and he was one of the very first people who sent something in. And since then, I believe this is book number 4. So something I have to come clean on that I feel a little bit guilty about. So back in 2018, I started working on season 3 of the artist series, and I asked Bastian if he wanted to be featured as part of the artist series when I was doing that. He said sure. He was going to be in Atlanta. He was in the U.S. Doing his first U.S. opening at a gallery in Atlanta called Jackson Fine Art, and I flew out there. We did an interview. I went to the show. It was amazing. These are some pictures that I took at the show. But we did the interview, and the way the artist series works is I have done 2 seasons of the artist series, so I like to get multiple photographers involved. Well, what happened was this was in the summer of 2018, and just things got busy. Other things came up, and I wasn't able to get funding and time to finally finish season 3 of the artist series. And of course, I didn't get to it in 2019. Then 2020 came around, and we found ourselves in the pandemic, so there wasn't going to be any travel or interviewing during that time. So here we are in 2022, and the interview footage has gotten a little bit old at this point, so we'll probably have to go redo it when we eventually pick this back up again. But I feel bad about it because Bastian is an incredible photographer, and it's just that's how it works with these things. It requires time and money to put them together, and I wasn't able to get enough photographers to finish that season. As of yet, anyway. I have to say the work in here is just gorgeous. I mean, Bastian's got an incredible style of doing portraits that he's really good at, and I love the way he commingles that in with landscapes. He's got a great minimal style. I love his use of light, high-key photography, low-key photography. It's minimal and complex at the same time, and I think he just does an amazing job at this style that he's developed over the years. Okay, next up is this little book that comes to us from North Carolina. This was sent in by Daniel Putowski. And Daniel writes, "Dear Mr. Forbes, after watching your YouTube channel for years, I was inspired to create a zine to rediscover storytelling with still images. Thus, enclosed, please find a copy of Heirloom guitar created from images derived from the footage of my latest documentary film of the same title. Heirloom Guitar, the film, tells the story of the steel string acoustic guitar, its origins in the 19th century through the present-day renaissance on the internet. We also live in a golden age of guitar building, which is how I discovered luthier Bob Rigaud, who is featured in this zine as well as in the film. Bob builds guitars one at a time. None are the same. Everyone is like a child," he said, "and I witnessed his skill and care at bringing a guitar to life in the course of directing the film. I think this zine captures the snippets of his wizardry. I'd like to give credit to my key production team members, Adam Allington, DOP, Brandon Edwards, Gaffer, and Maisie Taylor, editor. They helped me realize my vision for the film. Thank you for considering my zine for your program. Looking forward to learning more and seeing great work on your channel. Sincerely, Daniel." Okay, a couple things I want to say about this book. First of all, it is fantastic. I love the idea of having a documentary and pulling stills from it to extend the project into another medium. This is really well done, and I would love to check out this film. I'm going to go over to the website when I'm done filming here and do so. I will link to that below this video. Second of all, this is a very beautiful subject matter, and it's something that's very special to me in that I used to have a life as a guitar player back in the day. One of my dear friends is a luthier, and the time we met, he was fresh out of luthier school in Arizona, and he was starting to build acoustic guitars, and I saw what went into that, and it's amazing when you see the type of wood selection that these people work with, what they're going for, what they're thinking about in terms of sound. This is a golden age of lutherie, and it is something that is just truly amazing if you've never seen that, so highly recommended. Nice little book, Daniel. Thank you for sending. All right, I've got 2 more projects I want to share with you that are absolutely gorgeous, especially this little zine that's film-based. But real quick, I want to stop and give a shout out to our sponsor this week, week, who are the awesome folks over at Squarespace. Listen, you need a website, and we all know how much work that is to build and maintain, but it doesn't have to be. Squarespace is by far the easiest way to build your online presence. It's also the best way to grow a business that works for you without having to write a single line of code. Do you just need a simple portfolio or a blog to showcase your work? Well, Squarespace is perfect. Featuring a drag-and-drop interface, it's intuitive, it allows you to build galleries quickly and update your site with ease. Are you running a business? Well, Squarespace gives you additional tools for things like appointment scheduling, private member areas, social media tools, and even advanced email marketing. Do you sell products or services? Well, Squarespace has you covered with complete tools to power your store, from merchandising to checkout, so that you can sell, ship, and build your customer base. You can even sell classes or manage appointments through your website. And with Squarespace extensions, you can easily sync with third parties to manage, optimize, and enhance your website. From social media integration to SEO, Squarespace gives you all the tools you need to grow a business that works for you. So head over to Squarespace and sign up for the free trial. Start with one of their award-winning templates and see what you can create and just how good you're going to look. When you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/AOP and I can save you an additional 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Just use offer code AOP on checkout. So give it a try and see if Squarespace is right for you. And I want to give a special shout out and thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. All right, next up is this beautiful zine, which comes to us from Robin Shimko. This is called 28. Comes with a note, which Robin writes, "Hi Ted, first of all, thank you for your great work for inspiring your audience since many years. I have been watching your show for about 3 to 4 years now, and I especially enjoyed your artist series and every film photography related video. After starting my own YouTube channel, The Real Sir Robin, a little over 2 years ago, I decided that I want to shoot film, and now all my personal work is pretty much done on film. Earlier this year, I went to Cairo in Egypt to do some street photography. I didn't really know what to expect since there's not much information out there on shooting street in Cairo, but I wanted to challenge myself, and it's been a great experience, and the result is my new zine called 28. For all the shots in there, I used a Leica M6 with a 28mm lens over the course of 9 days, and I shot 28 rolls of Kodak Vision 3 200T motion picture film. The film is professionally developed in ECN2 and scanned on a high-end Blackmagic scanner. I hope you enjoyed the zine as much as I did making it. Keep up the great work, Robin." All right, first of all, Robin, this zine is absolutely gorgeous. I really like what you put together here. I like the idea that you've approached this using motion picture film, not only in that sense, but also in how it was professionally scanned and how it's presented in here. The color is absolutely outstanding and has a very different look to it. And I think the street photography aspect of this ended up coming out really well. It's a very different type of look and city than you typically see in street photography, and this is just absolutely outstanding. And my favorite part of this is that you limited it all to one lens, and this is what I preach all the time, the one camera, one lens theory. It's like if you bring a whole bunch of lenses along with you and you get distracted with changing lenses or not having the right one at your camera at the right time, you forgo all of that. And I think this book is absolutely outstanding. You should be very proud. Thank you for sharing. All right, so next up is this book called Flight. This comes to us from Dirk Jan de Ritter, who is also from the Netherlands. And he writes, "Hi Ted, love your YouTube channel, especially the mail time videos. I have been photographing nothing but military aircraft for a little over 20 years. Recently, I launched my own book with some of my best work. Of course, I cannot not send you a copy, so here it is. Hope that you like it, and of course, I secretly hope to see my book in your next mail time video. Keep doing the great job that you are doing for the photography community. Kind regards, Dirk." So Dirk, I love this book. This is really cool, and I also want to say that I don't believe that I've ever had anybody send a book in that specializes in aviation photography. So this is a really nice treat for mail time, but I really love this book, and I will tell you, just being a nerd who loves going to air shows, and I love aviation myself, I'm not really any good at shooting it, really respect what you do, but also there's some aircraft in here that just, as somebody living in the US, you never get to see over here. So this is really nicely done. I love the vantage points, I love the color, I really love how this book is put together. You've done a really nice job here, and you should be very proud. Appreciate you sending. Thanks, Dirk. I also have to admit, total guilty pleasure, the original Top Gun is still one of my favorite movies ever, and no, I haven't seen the second one, so don't spoil anything in the comments. So there you have it. Nice work today from everyone who sent stuff in. I really love doing mail time videos. This is kind of the highlight of my week. It's just really surprising how good the work is that comes in. So if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them below. I will catch you guys in the next video. Until then, later.